They plastered the word overrated across his name, then watched helpless as that same overrated kid buried playoff daggers that shattered win probability charts and silenced entire arenas. This is the full throttle rise of Tyrese Haliburton. Cut at 14, traded at 21, mocked by peers at 24, who turned every slight into a bigger stage. Stay until the end to see the single moment that flipped the overrated tag on live television and rewrote an entire franchise's future. Quick challenge. If you had to fuse two point guard legends to describe Tyrese, who would you pick? Magic's flair, Nash's feel, Kid's toughness, or someone else entirely? 14-year-old Tyrese thought the AAU evaluation was a formality. Instead, the coach phoned his parents with a half-hearted offer. He can come if he wants. Translation, he'd been cut. A week later, hoping for a fresh start, Tyrese showed up at another club's practice. The coach's 3-year-old grandson held an arm in the air as a mock defender. At Oshkosh North High, the hits kept coming. Veteran coach Frank Shade labeled him the worst freshman I've ever coached, a devastating stamp for a rail-thin kid who lived for basketball. Rather than quitting, Tyrese doubled down, driveway dribbling until dusk, sunrise form shooting until neighbors complained about the endless clank of steel rim. He whispered the same promise between every rep. Someday they'll wish they believed. By junior year, he'd guided Oshkosh to an unbeaten regular season, only to fumble the state quarterfinals away with late turnovers. The local paper called it a choke. Tyrese agreed. Pain became rocket fuel. Summer meant hill sprints at dawn, cold shock showers at midnight, and film study of every misread. 12 months later, he walked into the same arena and dropped 30 points, 18 for 18 at the line, to claim Oshkosh North's first state title. The MVP trophy felt sweet, but scholarship offers barely. In Ames, Halliburton treated 14,000-seat Hilton Coliseum like the Garden. Freshman numbers looked forgettable: 6.8 points, 3.6 assists, but he topped the Big 12 in assist-to-turnover ratio and canned 43% of his threes. One NBA scout pointed at him after practice and told head coach Steve Prohm, "That skinny kid will be your highest draft pick." Sophomore year saw a leap to 15, 6, and 6 and 2.5 steals before a fractured wrist slammed the brakes. Projected lottery money was secure. Most prospects would bolt. Tyrese stayed. Cast on his shooting hand, he became Iowa State's loudest practice voice, barking defensive rotations and celebrating freshman buckets like game winners. Months later, he entered the 2020 draft, heralded for character as much as skill. Draft night hijacked expectations again. Analysts floated top 8 buzz. Tyrese slid to 12th, Sacramento. Cameras caught him smiling, but friends saw the spark behind the teeth. Falling meant fuel. Pandemic restrictions forced him into a garage gym where he rebuilt strength, quickened that funky release, and added 10 pounds of wiry muscle. Rookie training camp revealed a poise teams hope to find in year 3. Tyrese averaged 13, 5, and 3 on 41% from deep and placed near the top of every advanced rookie metric. Yet Sacramento floundered, and with De'Aaron Fox entrenched as franchise face, the Kings dangled Halliburton for size. Indiana's front office pounced, flipping all-star big man Domantas Sabonis for the kid with a joystick brain. Within 2 practices, the Pacers' ethos transformed. Outlet passes flew before bigs crossed half court. Shooters sprinted corners knowing the rock would find them, and dribbling doldrums vanished. Indiana's pace leapt from 20th to 4th overnight. December delivered a Miami game winner and a 43-point 10-3 barrage, a franchise record. Halliburton's all-star case wrote itself. Then The Athletic published an anonymous player poll. Tyrese topped the most overrated list. He screenshot the headline and set it as his phone wallpaper. Pressure hits different when the league expects greatness. October 2024 opened with a jarring slump: 37% shooting, 28% from 3. National chatter questioned his ceiling. January flipped the script. Tyrese uncorked a 32-point near triple-double with 0 turnovers against Philly, then dropped consecutive 20-assist explosions that put him in Magic and Stockton airspace. From December onward, Indiana blazed to a 40-17 finish, and Halliburton led the NBA in assist-to-turnover ratio at 5.6 to 1. Writers restored order by voting him All-NBA third team. Slump be damned. Round 1 versus Milwaukee. Game 5, Series 3-1 Indy. Overtime. Bucks by 7, 2:35 left. ESPN's win graphic shaded 98% green. Tyrese sliced through traffic for a layup, stole the ensuing inbound, floated in another. Andrew Nembhard splashed a transition three. Halliburton weaved past a trap for the go-ahead scoop. 4 scores in barely half a minute ended the series. Round 2 versus Cleveland. Game 2. Cavs up 14 after 3. Halliburton orchestrated a 34-17 avalanche capped by a one-legged 29-footer with 6 seconds left. Cavs never mentally recovered. Indy closed the set in 5. East Finals, Game 1. MSG. New York ballooned to a 14-point cushion with 2:51 on the clock. Analytics flashed 100% win probability. Aaron Nesmith detonated for 20 fourth-quarter points, yet Indiana still trailed 2 with 7 seconds. Everyone in orange and blue knew who'd take the shot. Nobody could stop it. Tyrese danced backward beyond the arc, pump-faked, rose, bang, garden silence. Overtime, a laser skip to Nembhard, a lob to Obi Toppin, 31-11 two-line. Minimal mistakes. Magic Johnson VHS tapes looped nightly in the Halliburton household. Equally important, endless hours on NBA 2K's broadcast cam, training his eyes to spot passing lanes 2 beats early. Add a 6'8" wingspan, off-season Pilates for hip torque, and that impossible quick-fire jumper defenders still can't time. The result, a guard who hurls hit-ahead passes the moment he glances up court, forcing wings to sprint because they trust the ball will arrive. Culture change might be his deadliest skill. Former teammate TJ McConnell half-joked, he laughs through film, then drops 20 and 12. The vibe makes everyone lighter, and somehow sharper. In a league obsessed with ISO fireworks, Tyrese weaponizes connectivity. Teammates touch the ball early, cut harder late, and defend with contagious energy. Box scores show one reality: 20 points, league best 10.9 assists, 40% triples. But the bigger story is philosophical: pace plus joy plus precision, with brute athletic dominance. Indiana doubled down by adding vertical sprinters, Obi Toppin, downhill finishers, Pascal Siakam, and multi-positional disruptors, Bruce Brown. Each new piece clicked because Halliburton's engine rewarded runners and punished statues. Rebuilders everywhere now circulate a phrase: find your Halliburton. Sports scientists quantify clutch with heart rate monitors and shot charts. Tyrese simplifies it to trust and timing. In crunch time, he shoots nearly 60% effective field goal, not by hunting hero threes early, but by probing until one defender hesitates half-step. The instant help shifts, he fires. Sometimes a floater, sometimes a live dribble laser nobody else even sees. Teammates know if they sprint, the ball may rescue them mid-air. That belief breeds sharper cuts and cleaner finishes. The cycle feeds itself. Stats back the eye test. Since 2025, Halliburton has gone 12 for 14 on shots to tie or take the lead in the final 2 minutes. Best in the league across that span. Add his historic assist-to-turnover gap, and clutch possessions look eerily low stress, an anomaly in playoff chaos. Tyrese Haliburton is 25. He wears Olympic gold, owns 2 All-NBA plaques, and already boasts playoff montages stars a decade older would envy. Anonymous haters once chanted overrated. Now defenders swallow when the clock dips under 2. He isn't the fastest, strongest, or flashiest guard alive, just the sharpest antidote to stagnant basketball. Outrun, outpass, outsmile. So the next time someone tapes a cheap label to your chest, remember Tyrese's grin. Screenshot the slander, tuck it alongside your dream, and let every rep, every late-night grind, answer in a language critics can't mute. Halliburton isn't merely a premier point guard. He's living proof that believing deeper, loving harder, and moving faster than doubt itself is the sharpest comeback imaginable. If this video fired you up, tap our deep dive on another misunderstood star.